Hey everyone, Dan from FB Geeks here, and today my daughter Aria will be joining me for a little review of the Visconti Homo Sapiens fountain pen. Now, this pen has not recently been released, it's been out for a very long time, and we are just now getting to a review of it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't check it out. It is an amazing pen, and it's made out of a very cool material. It's made out of lava, actually. Visconti combines it with resin and then they machine it just like they would celluloid pens. And this one is the stainless steel version. It's the oversize. There is also a medium-sized version available, and they're both piston fillers, aren't they? Now, if you don't like the stainless steel trim, there is one called the Bronze Age, which uses bronze trim, and it uses the power filler. It's a little different coloring wise, but as far as the design goes, it's the same shape, same features, and the same great 23 karat palladium nibs. Now mine came with a 1.3 stub, and it is amazing. So join me as we take a closer look at this. The packaging of the Homo sapiens starts with the standard paper sleeve with a large Visconti logo front and center. Printed all over the sleeve is the word Visconti in alternating colors, very reminiscent of fashion designer handbags. Remove the sleeve and you'll find a sturdy clamshell style box with large rounded edges on the front and rear. There's another large Visconti logo impressed into the top of the box, which is covered in a rich milk chocolate colored pleather material that's soft to the touch. On the left side is a little tab. Pull it, and outside the tray holding a couple of booklets. Here you'll find warranty information, how to fill and clean your pen, and information on Visconti's other models. Pretty standard fare so far. Open the lid and you're presented with a light cream colored interior that's as soft as the exterior, and another Visconti logo on the inside of the lid. Then of course there's the pen. The Homo sapiens features a fairly subdued design that I find to be attractive. I think it's probably due to the great contrast of the matte black lava and the polished stainless steel furniture. One aspect I'm not crazy about is the billboard clip. I had difficulty consistently getting a good grip on the spring-loaded clip with my thumb and forefinger. Most often my fingers would slip off before I could get the pen clipped inside my pants or shirt pocket. The term billboard clip is fitting, as it displays the brand of the pen much better than it acts as a clip. The design just isn't as convenient to use as a traditionally designed clip, like on this Visconti skeleton that allows the pen to be slipped easily into the pocket. It's a small issue, but depending on your circumstances, it could make a difference. Pin in the top of the cap is removable and compatible with Visconti's My Pen system, allowing you to customize your pen with your initials or a number of other designs. The quick lock cap system is one of my favorite things about this pen. Here you can see the grooves which act as the threads, and with as little as a quarter turn, the cap pops right off. It's so simple and easy to use. On the inside of the cap, we can see the square lugs that fit in the grooves on the section. It really is a nifty little design. Zooming out on this section a bit, and we can get a good look at the 23 karat palladium nib. It features Visconti's wonderful imprint design and is available in fine, medium, broad, and 1.3 stub. The section has a mild concave profile to it that, when combined with the texture of the lava resin, makes obtaining a good grip on the pen very easy and comfortable. The oversized stature of the Homo sapiens helps it to fill your hand, allowing for a relaxed grip that helps prevent fatigue. It's large enough that most users won't find it necessary to post, but if you do, you'll be glad to know that it does so securely and deep enough not to make the pen too unwieldy. The only problem is that the cap appears to post on the piston knob, which could spell trouble if you turn the cap in an attempt to remove it. This little issue shouldn't affect most users, but if you post every pen, it's something to keep in mind. To get a better idea of the size of this pen, let's compare it to a few other popular pens that are fairly large. Starting from left to right, we have the Conway Stewart Marlboro, the Omas Millard, the Pelikan M805, M1000, Visconti Homo sapiens, Mont Blanc 149, Visconti Skeleton, the Parker Duofold Centennial, and the Lamy 2000. Remove the caps and we can get a little better understanding of how these pens really stack up. The Homo sapiens is easily as large as the M1000, but it has a smaller nib that makes it a little less prominent. And because I know everyone loves a little nib action, here's a sweeping close-up. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Inking the pen is as simple as operating the piston filler. Well, Technically speaking, the Homo sapiens uses a captured converter. What that means is there's a non-removable converter installed in the pen, rather than having a large piston that seals against the inside of the barrel. The practical implication is that it has a slightly reduced ink capacity of only about 1.1 milliliters compared to the 1.5 of the TWSBI Diamond 540. Functionality, however, is exactly the same as any other piston. Here you'll notice I'm filling the pen in conjunction with the Visconti traveling ink pot to help keep ink off the section as I fill the pen. I recommend using one of these with the Homo sapiens, as the hygroscopic nature of the lava material is prone to ink stains if not diligently cleaned. It's far from necessary, but if you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up. As I mentioned before, the nib is made from 23 karat palladium. It's a material that only Visconti uses, and it's completely replaced their gold nibs. Apparently, it allows for Visconti to make the nibs softer, which they've coined the term Dream Touch to describe. One thing it hasn't done is noticeably reduce the price of the pen. Companies like Pelikan, Omas, and Montblanc are capable of making soft gold nibs, so why can't Visconti? Really, I think it's just a matter of marketing and cost saving for the company, but that's just speculation on my part. Whatever the reason to use palladium, one thing's for sure, the nib is a joy to write with. It is soft, but not like I remember. The last time I used a palladium nib, it was mushy and not at all pleasing to use. This one feels more like a soft gold nib, like what you might find in the Pelikan M1000. You can press into it and get a little bit of line variation, but it's not meant to be anything like a flexible nib. The 1.3 stub in this pen was buttery smooth with amazing line variation, easily capable of consistently producing hairline thin horizontal strokes and fat, juicy vertical strokes. The feed never had a problem keeping up, but I did notice flow seemed more affected with different inks. So that's the Visconti Homo sapiens. Now one thing I want to touch on a little more that I didn't quite emphasize enough in the video was just how great this material feels in the hand. It's really like any other material I've ever held. It's very soft, it's smooth, and that lava material is hygroscopic, so it absorbs the moisture on your skin. It'll absorb a little bit of water if there's any on your fingers like that. It just helps you get a really good grip on the pen. You don't have to use a lot of effort to keep a good grip on it, and it helps prevent the fatigue from setting in. So it's a great pen. I really enjoyed it. Now this one is available for $5.95 is the MSRP on this, and there are a lot of retailers that sell it at that. And it's, as much as I love it, it's a little bit of a hard sell at that price. But if you look around, specifically at Chatterley Luxuries, they sell this for $4.50, and at that price, it's a must buy. I love it. Now the 1.3 stub is a little bit big for me for daily use, so I'm probably going to pick one up in a fine nib. But if you haven't tried one of these, I highly recommend it. They are great pens, and they've actually got a 25th anniversary edition out right now that comes with a Visconti 2-slot pen case and that Visconti traveling ink pot that I showed you earlier. Not that exact one, but they do come with a traveling ink pot, which makes it a really good deal. So take a look at this. It's an amazing pen. I had a lot of fun with it, and I've got to thank Visconti for sending this to me for review. I wish I could keep it, but unfortunately it's got to go back. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Thanks, everyone.
Indulge in the